morning everyone. Today I am going to take a lecture of discrete mathematics chapter number 4 and the name is the algebraic structure. We have already seen in our previous lecture what is the group, what is the abelian group, what is the ring, field, addition modulo and multiplication modulo and quotient, normal subgroup and different types of the example we have already seen in the last lecture. Okay, so today's example is depends on the field. Okay, that means we are given in a set of complex number and we find out here this complex number, the addition and the multiplication with respect to addition and multiplication is a field. So for finding the field, we find out the 5 properties. That means f with respect to plus. That means set C, we are given in the set C. So set C with respect to plus is an abelian group. Set C with respect to multiplication is an abelian group and the distributive law. Okay, so here we are given in the question is consider the set C plus dot where C is the set of complex numbers and plus and dot are ordinary addition and multiplication operation. Okay, so show that C plus dot is a field. So, for according to this, we find out the three conditions: f with respect to plus abelian group, f with respect to multiplication abelian group, and the distributive law. Okay. So here solution is let capital C be a non-empty set and plus and multiplication dot are ordinary addition and the multiplication. So we take here one by one with the elements and we find out the closure property, associative property, existence of identity, inverse and the commutative property. If f plus and f dot satisfy all these 5 properties, and then we can say that this is an abelian group, and after that we find out the distributive law. Okay, so let's start our first property. Number 1 is the closure property. Closure property with respect to addition and multiplication. Okay, closure property with respect to addition and the multiplication. Okay, so for example, we consider here Z1 and Z2. Z1 and Z2 belongs to C. That means we can say that Z1 comma Z2 belongs to C. Then for addition, Z1 plus Z2 belongs to C and for multiplication, Z1 or Z2 belongs to C. If satisfy these two conditions with respect to plus and with respect to multiplication, so we can say that this satisfies the closure property. So first we write here the format of the complex number. So C is equal to what? C such that x is equal to a plus ib. Okay, where a comma b belongs to r. A and b are real number and I is equal to root minus 1. This is the set of complex number and the number is form of the a plus ib form, and here this is the real part, this is the imaginary part, and a and b are real number and I is equal to root minus 1. Okay, so here we consider Z1 is equal to A1 plus IB1. Okay, and Z2 is equal to A2 plus IB2. Okay, so here A1 comma A2, B1 comma B2 belongs to R. That means A1, A2, B1, B2 is the elements of the real number set. Okay, so here if we find out the Z1 plus Z2, so Z1 plus Z2, that means what? A1 plus A2 plus I, B1 plus B2. If we add these two terms Z1 plus Z2, so we find out A1 plus A2 real part and I B1 plus B2 imaginary part. Here A1, A2, B1, B2 belongs to R. Okay, and the second one is what? Z1 dot Z2. That means A1 plus IB1 dot A2 plus IB2. IB2. Okay, so here A1 plus IB1 dot A2 plus IB2. So you multiply both the terms. So A1 A2 minus B1 B2. This is the real part because of A1 A2. A1 plus IB A1 into IB2. I B1 into A2 and I square B1 B2. So I square is equal to minus 1. So here A1 A2 minus B1 B2 plus I. Here A1 B2 plus A2 B1. Okay, so this is also the belongs to R. This is the real number. So we can say that this satisfies the closure property. That means C plus dot satisfy the closure property. Closure property. Okay. Second one is the associative property. So second property is associativity. Associativity. Okay. So what do you mean by the associativity? That is Z1, comma Z2, comma Z3 belongs to C. So with respect to addition, Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 we write here in the bracket. So is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Okay, and second one is with respect to multiplication. So Z1 dot Z2 dot Z3 is equal to Z1 dot Z2 dot Z3. That is with the help of these two terms, C plus dot satisfy the associative property. Third one is the existence of the identity and fourth is the existence of the inverse. So identity element with respect to plus is 0 and with respect to multiplication is 1. But here are say given in the complex number form. So for use the addition for identity element is 0 plus 0i because of here the format is what? A plus ib. And multiplication, the identity element is 1, we already know that. So, for identity element with respect to multiplication in the form of the complex number set, so 1 plus 0 I. So, third property is the identity property. So, we find out the identity property with respect to addition and the multiplication. So, for example, A plus IB belongs to C. A plus IB for all A plus IB belongs to C and 0 plus 0I also belongs to C. Then there exists 0 plus 0I also belongs to C. Then A plus IB plus 0 plus 0I is equal to what? So is equal to A plus 0 plus B plus 0I. That means what? A plus IB. That means if A plus IB and we get the identity element, so we get the element itself. That means A plus IB also belongs to C. So this satisfies the identity property with respect to addition. Next one is the multiplication. That means A plus for all A plus IB belongs to C, then there exists 1 plus 0I also belongs to C. That means what here we find out the with respect to multiplication. So identity element is what 1, but here this is the elements of the complex number, set of the complex number. So we write here the A plus IB form. Okay. So A plus IB dot 1 plus 0I is equal to what? Is equal to, we get again the A plus IB, that means we can say that 1 plus 0I is an identity element. Okay, so we multiply here, so A and minus 0 plus A 0 and B I. Okay, that is what? A plus BI, yeah, or IB. Okay, that is A plus IB also belong to C. That means we can say that 1 plus 0I. That means 1 plus 0I belongs to C is an identity element with respect to multiplication. Okay, and here 0 plus 0 I belongs to C is an identity element with respect to addition. Okay, so third property is also satisfied. Fourth one is the inverse property. Inverse property. Okay, so inverse property, that means we take an element and its inverse, so we get the identity element. So again, this property we find out the two operations, plus operation and the multiplication operation. So let's start. For all A plus IB belongs to C, then there exists C plus IB also belongs to C. Next, inverse element. So according to plus addition, A plus IB plus C plus IB is equal to what? Is equal to identity element 0 plus 0 I. That means A plus IB plus its inverse. Okay, is equal to 0 plus 0 I. That means A plus minus A is equal to 0 with respect to addition, and A into A inverse is equal to identity element, that means 1 with respect to multiplication. So here we write the A plus C plus B plus D I is equal to what? 0 plus 0 I. Okay, that means A plus C is equal to 0 and B plus D is equal to 0. So here 0 plus 0 I, that means C plus IB is the inverse of A plus I. Okay, next one is the multiplication. So for all A plus IB belongs to C, then there exists C plus IB also belongs to C, then A plus IB into C plus IB is equal to what? According to multiplication is equal to 1 plus 0 I, because of according to multiplication our identity element is what? Our identity element is 1 plus 0 I, and according to addition our identity element is 0 plus 0 I. Okay, so here we multiply all these terms. So AC minus BD. Okay, AC minus BD plus AB plus BCI is equal to what? Is equal to 1 plus 0I. Okay, so compare the left hand side and the right hand side. So AC minus BD is equal to 1, the real part, and AB minus plus BC is equal to 0. So we solve these two terms and find out the value of C and D. But because of C plus IB is the inverse of A plus IB. Okay, so we solve these two equations. AC minus BD is equal to 1 and AD plus BC is equal to 0, because of this is the imaginary part. Okay, so here first you find out the value of C. So here multiply the A and here multiply the B. Because of these two terms cancel here. Here the if we multiply the A, so ABD, and here we multiply the B, so ABD again. Okay, so multiply A. So first this is your first equation and this is your second equation. Okay, so multiply here with respect to A. So A square C minus ABD is equal to A. Okay, and here you multiply the B. So first you write out here the BC, that means B square C plus ABD is equal to 0. So see here 0 into B, you write here the 0, not in 0 into B is equal to B. Okay, so you solve these two terms, so if these two terms are cancelled, that means we sum here both the terms. So A square plus B square into C is equal to 8. So C is equal to what? C is equal to A upon A square plus B square. This is the value of C. Okay, so this value of C you put here according to your equation number 2. So equation number 2 is what? Equation number 2 is AD plus BC is equal to 0. Okay, so you put here the value of C. So here AD plus BC is equal to 0. So put value of C, that means what? Here AD plus B into A upon A square plus B square, because of here we put the value of C. Okay, so for finding the D, so D is equal to what? That means AD is equal to what? Minus BA upon A square plus B square. Got it? So here A cancel. So D is equal to what? D is equal to minus B upon A square plus B square. Okay. So you put value of C and D in C plus IB. Okay, C plus IB. So C plus IB is inverse of A plus IB. That means you put here the value of C and D. So value of C is equal to what? The value of C is equal to A upon A square plus B square, and value of D is equal to what? Value of D is equal to minus B upon A square plus B square. So this is the inverse of the A plus IB. So inverse property is also satisfied. So fifth property is what? Fifth property is the commutative property. So according to commutative property, we find out the, for example, Z1 comma Z2 belongs to C. So Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z2 plus Z1. That means we here change the Z1 and Z2, so place of Z2 plus Z1. And according to multiplication, Z1 into Z2 is equal to Z2 into Z1. So we write here the inverse property. So A plus IB is equal to C plus IB. That means A upon A square plus B square minus B upon A square plus B square I. Okay, so this is the inverse property. Next, fifth property is the commutative property. Commutative property. So according to commutative property, Z1 comma Z2 belongs to C. Then with respect to plus, Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z2 plus Z1. Okay, and with respect to multiplication, Z1 into Z2 is equal to Z2 dot Z2. Okay, that means C plus dot is an abelian group. Abelian group. Okay. Next one is the third condition. So third condition is what? Third condition is the distributive law. So according to distributive law, we write here the three elements Z1, Z2 and Z3. Distributive law. Okay, so for example, Z1 comma Z2 comma Z3 belongs to C. So first distributive law, that means D1 Z1 dot Z2 plus Z3 is equal to Z1 dot Z2 plus Z1 dot Z3. Okay, and the second distributive law is Z2 plus Z3 dot Z1 is equal to what? Z2 dot Z1 plus Z3 dot Z1. So, with the help of all these three conditions, that means complex number with respect to plus is an abelian group. Complex number say with respect to multiplication is an abelian group, and the distributive law. So, we can say that C plus dot is a field. Okay, so this is very important example. So according to this type of example, we find out very easily this is a ring, this is a film. Okay, so our next topic is the integral domain. So what is the integral domain? So I will continue this topic in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this.